Welcome once again to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. As always, I thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Hopefully you'll find it informative, and when you go to your local bookstore, you will seek out the book that I'm about to review for you today. And the book is The World I Fell Into: What Breaking My Neck Taught Me About Life by MELANIE REID. And this is published by Greystone, and it retails for $24.99. When one hears about accidents happening, it sort of humbles you because life can change in the blink of an eye. 1 second you could be walking down the street happy, you could be in your car, and the next tragedy strikes. And that's exactly what happened for the author. As a young child, she always loved horses. And she rode them, and then she got her own. And one day she was out for a ride. It was a typical day, and she went out and she was trying to get the horse to jump, and for some reason it didn't want to jump. And there was one particular spot that they came to that he refused to jump, and I guess a sudden stop, it propelled her right over the horse and onto her neck and back, and she broke her neck, she fractured her backbones, and basically she was paralyzed. She was a quadriplegic. They airlifted her to a hospital in Scotland, and there she fought to just even move a single toe, but she had no feeling from the chest down. So they basically said this is her lot in life. It would not get any better. But the author, she didn't want to give up. And they got her into various devices, which, helped her, sort of to try to walk, but she could not walk on her own. So MELANIE, she always said that she was not going to just lay there and become a burden. And she lost a lot of her dignity, of course, because she couldn't feed herself, and her bodily functions had to be taken care of with someone else. She had a catheter in, and they had to clean her constantly. So she was in the hospital, the rehabilitation area of the hospital, for a full year till they discharged her. And when she went home, it was shocking to her because the care that she had gotten in the hospital, she did not get at home. She was lucky to get one person per week for maybe a couple of hours to come and help her. So all the therapy that she had gone through basically was lost, and it was really a function of the healthcare system in her country, that they were cutting back. There were fewer people to help with rehabilitative therapy, and the dollars put behind the healthcare system were lacking as well too. So it became a real case of frustration for her. Now her husband Donald, of course, stuck with her through the whole time. He learned to help her with her, bodily needs, and he was there for her every second of the day, basically. Now you hear stories about people who the mate has had problems, and the spouse, either male or female, runs for the hills. They can't handle it, and basically the marriage breaks up. But no, it didn't happen. Now, the author said she would always, try to work, on her body, and over time she had this special harness, to help her walk, and slowly she actually did get a little bit of feeling in her body. Now she's not out walking, she's not out doing jogging, but she has come a long way. Actually, when she broke her neck, she was 52 years old. She had a career in, she was an editor and a journalist, and she traveled all around the world with her husband. But of course, everything stopped when that happened. And in this book, The World I Fell Into is really an emotional book. I'm sure toward the end, when you read her, the way she writes and the way she talks about life and life's changes, you should have a few tissues very handy, because it does get to the stage where it really hits an emotional bullseye right in your heart. And you think of, what if it happened to me? How would I cope? But the book is an inspiration for those who might have had similar injuries, that the world does not end. She could have just laid down there and say, no, forget it, I'm done. But she fought, and she's still fighting. So The World I Fell Into is a book that you should really seek out at your bookstore, because it will be inspirational for you, and it'll let you see how the other half lives who is not quite so fortunate. So that is the book I wanted to draw to your attention today. Hopefully you will wish to add it to your reading list, because it is, like I said, very highly recommended. So thank you for taking the time to watch my video. Please let me know if you agree with my book review. So until we meet again, stay safe, stay sane, stay social distancing, and stay in touch. And I'll see you at the bookstore. Bye for now.